officer don't take me. I love my mom and my mother and my papa.
Baby, mama tak mamam?
Tak semua dah.
Tak, semua officer ikut mamat. Okay? Nanti kita jumpa mamat, okay?
Despite making various appeals, baby Zack was taken away from his Singaporean foster family. Reunited with his Malaysian birth mother, whom he was separated at 9 months old, the duo was repatriated back to Malaysia. In Johor Bahru, his birth mother gave temporary custody of baby Zack to the Johor Bahru District Welfare Office.
Untuk sementara, dia cakap kita boleh jaga sementara actually because I said just now because the mother don't stable. That's why she said she asked for us to jaga first to look care for the child lah until she come back after she got the job and then want to make their life better because he's already comfortable with the foster family. That's why we find the foster family and put the child in the foster family lah. Because institusi keluarga is more better than institusi this kebajikan lah. Because love, caring, different. I cannot give any more comment because this is still under court order. Whatever procedure, we think about the best interest of the child.
Child developmentalist Ruth Liu commended the Malaysian Welfare Department for taking baby Zack's best interest at heart. However, she wonders if being taken away abruptly from the only family he is familiar with may take a toll on baby Zack's emotional being.
So the best interest of a child should look at the present needs of a child, his emotional ties. And we've got to stress over and over again, give him that opportunity to have, like every child, a sense of identity, a family, and definitely the love that he deserves. Because he doesn't deserve to be in a place that he doesn't know. But children don't look at states and don't look at nationality. They look at the people, the one who care for them. For any child, I think from birth to 3, if they're being cared for by the same people, they identify with that family. So I think we got to look at children's rights as first before all other legal terms. Even if they can't see him, they should be allowed to communicate with him via the phone, via letters, even Skype. They should be allowed to make that contact so that he knows they are still there and there's a hope and opportunity one day they'll be together again. Many people think from the adult's point of view, that he can't bond with the new set if he has the old set still yearning for him and is still yearning for the old set. But children are not like that. They can't kind of go into the next relationship and compartmentalize because they don't have that emotional experience. They're not like adults who have gone through years of making relationship, breaking relationship. They don't have that strength and that confidence yet as like adults do. But I think when dealing with young children and dealing with such a delicate situation, we ought to say, okay, which one weighs more? The delicate situation or the child? And when we talk about children's rights, the child has a right to a family and the child has a right to the kind of identity that he has been learning to identify with. Once we move from that family, he'll probably feel not only from the traumatic experience of separating from them, but also wondering who he really is. And that can cause a lot more problems later on. Because we're not dealing with parcels or objects, we're dealing with children who would do well if they have a stable and loving home to do well in. That's why if we want to stop all the other social problems later on in life, in our society, we got to understand it. We've got to start from the child. Give them the right start. You move them here and there, as though they, because 2 years is up, then you might find yourself with children who pretty what do you call it, confused, and have no one to look up to, nobody to mentor, you know, and they might lose in directions in their life, and that could cause more social problems later on. So we appeal to anyone who works with children, who works for children. You know, if you're thinking about their best interests, you got to look at what they really need now in the present, not just physical but their emotional ties.
Under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, the best interest of the child is of primary concern when making a decision that may affect him. Just as important is the child's right to an identity, nationality, and family ties. And in baby Zach's scenario, the short-lived reunion with his birth mother and the temporary custody she granted to the welfare office has left the child's future at a crossroad.